The Fox News text message leaks have gone nuclear, and the latest tranche reveals that Tucker Carlson hates Trump passionately, despite acting on his show like he thinks Trump is a reasonable person and hanging out with Trump outside of work and pretending to like him as well. This exposes so many different layers of the insanity that is right-wing media, the right-wing movement, and the MAGA movement in the United States. And we're going to look at all of it, but let's start with what we learned. Huffington Post reports Tucker Carlson exposed, says he hates Trump, quote, passionately in private texts. The Fox News host said he deplored the former president in private and wished for the day he could ignore him. These are text messages from right before the Trump riots, text messages from January 4th, 2021. We are going to look at a number of the different messages. These, again, have been revealed in connection with the Dominion Voting Systems lawsuit for defamation against Fox News. Take a look at this. Tucker texting with an unknown person. We are very, very close to being able to ignore Trump most nights. I truly can't wait. The person that Tucker is texting with says, I want nothing more. It does feel very close. I imagine things will get nice starting around mid-February. To which Tucker Carlson responds, I hate him passionately. I blew up at Peter Navarro today in frustration. I actually like Peter, but I can't handle much more of this. Tucker hates Trump, and we will get to the hypocrisy and interest of this very, very soon. Tucker and Laura Ingraham also texting, and it is fascinating. Laura Ingraham saying to Tucker, Friday numbers aren't that surprising with Trump impending loss, but how much of the bleed is due to anger at the news channel? This is Laura texting Tucker about the decline in ratings right around that time, right after the election in November of 2020. Tucker says, oh, a lot, meaning a lot of the ratings decline is because of people angry that the news side of Fox called the election for Biden, and rightly so. Laura says, my anger at the news channel is pronounced. And Tucker says it should be. We devote our lives to building an audience, and they let Chris Wallace and Leland effing Vittert wreck it too much. Tucker mad at Chris Wallace because Chris Wallace actually said some uncontroversial truths. And then in a third one here, Tucker Carlson saying, the downside of the business, of the news business, is that a lot of the time you don't get to choose the news, but you're required to react to it. So we actually do earn our salaries. Now, then, this is from unknown person. They pitch a podcast to Tucker saying, one thought I had today is a joint venture of sorts between Tucker Carlson LLC and Fox News. Podcasts generally are free and ad supported. We could have a Fox-backed podcast promoted on channel, etc., that has one free episode a week, and we can repurpose tuckercarlson.com to host the podcast and create a Tucker Carlson podcast app. Blah, 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 blah. We get people to subscribe, etc., etc. And basically pitching a business to Tucker Carlson while all of this insane discussion is going on, and he's furious with Trump and he hates him passionately, and on and on and on. These are merely actors and entertainers, okay? Now, as a reminder, of course, here is Tucker a few months ago hanging out with Trump at a golf tournament, and Tucker and Marjorie Taylor Greene also, they look like they're having a grand old time with Trump. So this is not a trivial thing to understand. Sometimes people think, David, it's like there's what you do, and there's the Young Turks, and there's Fox News, and there's all this different stuff. It's all the same. It is not all the same. Tucker is more like a character in a movie on his show, someone who will pretend whatever to maintain the show and the salary that comes with it, to maintain ratings, and to maintain access to power. In this case, access to power means being able to hang around Trump, have Trump on, whatever the case may be. I believe the things I say. I'm not playing a character on this show. And I think that you will find that this is the case with just about everybody that, I would consider a colleague that is sort of in the field and the business that I'm in of online left-wing political commentary and analysis. When I tell you something on the show, I'm not playing a character. And sometimes people in my audience don't like it. For example, last week and the week before, I did clips telling you I'm not super interested in this Marianne Williamson candidacy. I find her new age spiritual stuff to be nonsense. I don't think she's going to do anything to push Biden left. I'm not really entertained or interested or think that the entire thing is a super valuable thing. It would be easier for me to do the thing some other shows do, which is to say, this is incredibly important. Marianne Williamson is an important voice, and she is a valuable participant in the Democratic primary. And once she gets on the debate stage with Joe Biden, she's going to show people how valuable. That would be me lying to you and playing a character. And I would get praise for doing that. If you look online, Jesse Dollemore has been critical of Marianne Williamson, and he's getting attacked on Twitter. It would be easier for me to play the character, okay? But I don't do that. I just tell you what I think, and sometimes there are repercussions, and sometimes people get mad, and sometimes people tune out. Fox News, we've now learned Tucker hates Trump, but was still playing up all of the election lies, and he hangs out with Trump, etc. Sean Hannity didn't believe any of the nonsense he was spouting. Laura Ingraham didn't believe the nonsense she was spouting. Drowning his own country to make a buck. Now, will this affect Tucker's audience in the sense that now they know the guy, I'm a Trump fan and I watch Tucker to get the news about it. Now that they know Tucker actually hates Trump, are they going to tune out? Or will they even know that Tucker hates Trump? Maybe not.